Hey Lunchmates, welcome back to another TLT episode. And today we're talking movies. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the TLT podcast. And I got the usual crewmates with me, usual lunchmates with me, Alec,
I'm a crewmate.
Daniel,
Hi.
and Kenny.
Hey.
And
Yeah,
today,
Yeah, thanks
Yeah, we
for
won't-
not
we-
letting me
We don't mention Sinrig.
He was so impressed by my impersonation in my intro that he thought that was
you hear that a lot of words.
Really thought that was Sinrig. Hot dang.
Anyway, but like I said before,
Hey, no
today we're
introduction,
talking
man?
movies. And Cineric, are you happy to be here?
Yo.
Thank you. And today, as we're talking movies, like I said, but it's a little different. We're talking video game movies. And with the release of Uncharted that just came out, what a better time to talk about it. Am I right?
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Except none of us wanted to talk about Uncharted specifically.
But it has Tom Holland in it, so it's good.
Yeah.
That's Spider-Man, man. But before we get started, I want to get a quick thank you to all the subscribers out there because we've hit 250 subscribers.
Let's go, guys.
What a milestone.
And counting.
Oh yeah.
I want to say thank you to everyone out there. Thank y'all supporters. And keep subscribing, keep subbing.
Let's go.
Keep that train
go.
rolling.
Subbing.
Make all those alt accounts. Let's hit 500.
Let's hit 500.
You must create 10 accounts per household.
Encanto.
In Kanto.
So let's get this started. I, for the video game I chose, that could be a movie or series, let's get that cleared out, is Horizon Zero Dawn for the PlayStation 4, or came out for the PlayStation 4. And there's a new game, the second one, Horizon Forbidden West, for the PS5 that's coming out. I think it's out as we're recording this episode. I think it's out. Don't take my word for that. But anyway,
Take his
Horizon
word
Zero
for
Dawn.
it.
I don't think it's out yet.
Okay, there, take Daniel's word on it. But to give a quick synopsis, like, I'm not gonna go over the whole detailed story of the game and all the plots and twists, but it's in a world where it's overrun by mechanical animals, so giraffes, bears, whatever, mechanical animals. And there's a girl, the main character, Aloy. Aloy is born and she's outcasted by the tribes. And as she goes on through her life, she trains with one of the other outcasts that she meets. She goes on to find the truth of the mechanical creatures and how they're made, why they're on Earth, and how we came to be from first path 100 years ago. Now, I could spoil the game for you, but I've never played it, so I'm not gonna spoil it for you who have not played it yet.
Why are you even doing this game then?
As you can see, we picked things on the wealth of knowledge we have.
Yes.
I've never played the game, but I read up on what happened, so like, it's still good enough to be a movie.
Quick
I don't wanna
synopsis
play it.
as we were
I want it to be
recording.
a movie. Yeah. Apart from that, as a movie, I think the idea of having giant mechanical creatures is like Hollywood gold. Like Michael Bay couldn't be happier.
Is he directing?
I was gonna say, is that who you're
I mean,
directing?
if I want a good movie, probably shouldn't get Michael Bay. But if I want a
You're that Michael Bay, we're
successful
calling you out.
He'll code.
But if I want a box office success, I'm gonna call him Michael Bay. Get some explosions in there, get some mechanical creatures in there, some good CGI.
So are we saying that we're adding Michael Bay to our guest mini golf list?
Oh, I would love to Michael Bay.
That was the season 1 thing. That season 2 is here, and it's bowling night, boys. Michael
you're right.
Bay, hit
Sorry.
us up if you want to come bowling with me, okay?
And Paul
No,
Rudd.
I'll come.
Promise maximum explosions while bowling.
Michael Bay
Every
sponsoring the
pin-
event.
every bowling pin is. Can I get to a TNT bomb? How about? I thought Michael Bay.
That just cut perfectly. I just had to say.
but I think Michael Bay be a great choice. Actor wise, well, Aloy is a redheaded woman, I should say, in the show, in the game. Sorry. So as Hollywood is, we will get a nice Asian man to play the lead, and it will be wonderful.
What? Like, who are you gonna get? Like Jackie
Diversity.
Chan?
Yeah, no, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi? Oh, that's gonna be a perfect choice to play her. But he has to act as if he is like he can't draw any attention to the fact that he's a male and of a different ethnicity.
Yeah, I could get the same.
He has to act as if he is her in every single way.
Oh,
And everyone has to call her her.
The whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
They give him a red wig.
A red wig that he carries but never actually wears.
No, people just mention that he has red hair, but he doesn't actually.
Yeah, they refer to it. They're like, what nice red hair you have. He's like, thanks.
Oh my goodness. But yes, that's my movie, Horizon Zero Dawn. And
Nice.
Forbidden would be the sequel, but we'll see how that game story probably continues going on.
Yeah, we'll have to see how Michael Bay executes it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Michael Bay make a pro adaptation. You thought 17? Couldn't get any
Yeah.
better than that.
Ah, yeah, you're right.
He
You're
said
right.
Transformers.
Ah, yeah, you're
Exactly.
right. Oh,
He's
you know
already
what?
in the realm of mechanical.
You know what?
Yeah,
I just.
It could be a
I just-
crossover.
Yes.
4 Age of Extinction. That was a good movie, wasn't it?
Oh,
No, but it could be a
definitely.
crossover. You can have Horizon Dawn and then Transformer be the sequel.
She's actually fighting Transformers.
Yeah.
In the sequel. All the
Oh.
Decepticons.
Optimus Prime is back and angry.
She rides him
Yes.
in the most wholesome way possible.
Yes.
Yes.
Agreed.
I'm sure the internet will take that as the most wholesome way possible. That's all the internet does.
Yep, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Well, now that mine's done. On to the next. Kenny, what kind of
Yes.
video game movie do you have?
I have a TV show would be preferable for the length of this needs to go on.
Hit it right, Kalichi. Jeez.
I'm sorry.
But for mine, I picked because I think it is a very classic, almost movie trope that they always do is the boy is the prince saves the princess kind of thing, and I was gonna do the Zelda for that when that comes to.
Yeah.
It's a very classic. So mine's gonna be kind of like Breath of the Wild. So I'm gonna have Link go off to the 4 tribes and learn something during each tribe.
Like what?
Nice.
For the Grogons, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Gorons. Grogons. It's actually a bunch of like Grogu clones.
This is the only character I have cast. Is I'm gonna have The Rock play them because that
All
makes
of
sense.
them.
Yes.
I like how.
The Rock will play Rock.
I like. Yeah, exactly. I was just gonna say, and they actually have to be all The Rock. Like they're just all CGI to look. They're just all the same actor. It's just The Rock.
Well, one of them in the back just rapping, just singing a song.
Come on, yeah, we got power.
He's also invited bowling as well.
Yeah.
Yes, that too.
I'm gonna have him. When he goes there, I'm gonna have him learn that strength comes from the inside, not from the outside.
Okay.
Nice.
Good
A
one.
very
Like, strength of
classic-
heart.
Yes, a very classic thing to learn that I think all heroes have to learn at some point during a classic movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
From the Rios, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right.
Rito. I like how you don't know like actually much about Zelda, but you picked Zelda.
I don't know a lot, no,
Burn
but
people from Wind
I know,
Waker.
because he knows that Zelda could be a good movie despite not playing the game.
That's so,
I'm just saying.
so
I'm just
true.
saying, man.
hey, I played a bit of one.
That's
Listen, it's a
good.
skill. It's not money have. What
Hey,
can you
Kenny.
do?
Kenny,
Does it have to
you played one, but you've also watched Daniel play like almost half of one as well.
Sure.
Yes. So we'll count that as a full one.
Qualified.
Okay.
But Kenny, if The Rock is going to beat the Goron, who's going to play Link?
We'll have an open casting call. I haven't got that far yet.
Tom Holland, what are you talking about? He's
Yeah,
already in
Tom
Uncharted.
Tom Holland.
Yes, man.
Yeah, we'll have him play it. Sure.
You know what? When I actually say that, he wouldn't even be like a bad choice for a Link.
He wouldn't actually. He's actually pretty good. What other like?
Again, also invited bowling. Hit us up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That's 3 in one episode. When we make the season
Yeah,
2 montage, it'll be
we're going,
really easy.
we're going fast.
Which is also
We're going fast.
is he still was he not also invited mini golf as
Nah,
well?
I don't think we've had any duplicates yet.
I thought he was.
No.
I could be wrong. Somebody look it up and tell us in the comments.
Somebody give us all the timestamps so we can make another montage.
Yes, of our own
Yes,
episode.
that will save us a lot of time. Please do.
Okay, so what does he learn from the Rito?
He learns archery from them.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I like he learned strength of heart from the Gorons. From the Rito, it's like, here's how to shoot a bow.
As much as he meets practical skills as well when fighting.
It's a valuable lesson.
Alright.
From the Zoras, I was gonna have this almost be like a brain teaser, almost like an old water temple kind of couple episodes where he has to learn how to like do a puzzle.
Oh goody, he gets stuck in the water temple just as we did in every Zelda game, and he just his whole arc is getting over his frustration.
Honestly, you know how I see that episode, that part of the series take place is that like the episode and the series are just going like real smooth. Once we hit the water temple, it's like a 5-episode arc.
It's a 5-episode arc where he continuously feels like he's making progress and then gets sent back to the beginning of the temple.
Oh, deadass.
It continuously goes into the same room, being like, "Have I been here before?"
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And then from the Grudons, I'm not saying that right.
Goron.
Is there no Gerudos?
Okay, the Gerudo tribe.
He's gonna. Link has to learn how to use a sword. He's gonna learn how to use a sword.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
They are swordswomen.
So
Wait. He learned to use a bow before he learned to use a sword?
This could be in any real order, but
Oh,
sure.
okay.
These are loose plot points.
Yeah, this is the storyboard, as they say.
Okay, so tell me, are they going to finally like just say straight up that Ganon came from the Gerudo tribe? Because they always you always know that he's like Gerudo, but they never say it in the games. Like they never make mention that, you know, the spawn of evil came from their tribe.
I think it's gonna be one of those things where it's like Easter egg and hinted at.
No, what Ganon be like Voldemort and be like, don't say.
I feel like they.
I feel like they're gonna like reference that a person left their tribe
That'd be
and
cool,
did bad
actually.
things, but then
Yeah.
don't. Where they like basically heavily imply that this is him, but
Yeah.
you didn't say it.
Yeah, that'd be cool, actually.
Agreed.
Season 1 finale, he gets a Master Sword.
Season 1 finale. I feel like that's gotta be like season 2 at least. Season
Nah,
1
you have to
finale
hook
could be
him in.
like his Triforce finally shows up on his hand.
No, you gotta hook in the viewers. Season 2, he fights Ganon.
What's season 3?
Season 3, I don't know. Wind Waker.
His mask or something. I don't know.
Yeah, actually, after he beats Ganon, there's like an Easter egg after the credits where you see Majora's Mask just kind of like sitting on a table, and you hear a voice that's like, "How much is it?" And then you hear the Happy Mask salesman being like, "For
There we
you,
go,
no
exactly.
charge."
Oh man, dude, actually that would be really sick.
That would be good.
That would actually
Exactly.
be really cool.
He'd have to lose the Master Sword fighting Ganon. You can't bring that with him to Majora's Mask.
It could break or something.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. True.
I just have to add on to what Daniel was saying. Just imagine, so that's ending of season 1. Season 2, ending of, what we say, season 2?
Season 2, yeah.
Majora's
Yeah.
Mask.
So season 2, like, so when the next season opens up, the very first line is like, it's all dark. It's happy, you hear like the Happy Mask salesman, all it says is, "You've met a terrible fate." And then it
That'd
just
be
like,
so cool. And
opens
then,
up.
like season 1 and 2 are like a typical thing. Season 3 is like Majora's Mask. That'd be sick.
right, dude? It just gets like real dark after that. It just gets real dark after that point.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
It'd be kind of cool.
I love the plot that we came up with for this show.
The plot that I helped inspire.
Dorian,
Yeah,
can
you're the inspiration.
Kenny, you will have credit for creative purposes, but other than that, directing and everything has been moved on.
All Kenny wants.
Hey,
Yeah,
that's
we'll take
fine.
the
While we're shooting the series,
Just give me a credit and a portion of the profits, and I'm good.
yo, after, like
Kenny wants the idea, but it's your responsibility.
Yes.
No, what's gonna happen is that we're gonna tell. We're
Then
gonna
that
be
way,
like,
if it does fail, it's not my fault.
we're
Then
gonna
it disconnects or it flops.
here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna be shooting the series, and then in the background, we're gonna tell Kenny, okay, start playing the game so you know what's happening. No, that's sick.
Listen, we got a whole 3-season series. Anyway,
There we go.
keep
There
it
we
going.
go. There we go.
Anio, my friend, what game did you bring to the table?
I brought an indie game to the table, and I'm actually gonna do a movie, and I actually know the plot of the movie, so that's fun.
Wow, I feel like that's shade thrown.
I feel like I got it, both of you.
Somebody get some tweezers. We gotta get the needles out of Kenny's bag.
They weren't needles, they were full-on daggers.
They're absolute daggers.
Alright, so the game I chose to do is Little Nightmares, which, you know, we had Little Nightmares 2 come out, but I'm gonna just focus on the first one, because I feel like that
That's
can
the
make
sequel.
one whole movie. Kenny, why
That's the
don't you
sequel.
stay in your lane, okay? So, anyways, so as the plot of the game goes, I'll try to be spoiler free as possible. The main character, Six, is a little girl with like a yellow raincoat, and she's very tiny compared to a world filled with giants, essentially. These giants are all hideous and grotesque, and like, for example, the first boss in the game is named the Janitor, and he has a giant head, he's blind, and he has like these super long snaking arms that he feels around with in the darkness for her. I'm going to basically say, for plot purposes, to keep the movie rolling, the movie's going to start with her running from the Janitor, as opposed to you play the whole part of the game at the beginning with the tutorial where you're running from him and stuff. It's just going to start out the bat with him. He's going to be more of like a quick opening thing as opposed to the first part, because I want a large portion of this game to be foreshadowing to the big antagonist, who is the lady. She's like this tall, skinny figure who wears a mask, and she's really ugly underneath. And she's got like these powers where she could suck the life out of you and kill you, which is really cool. I think
The
as
power
well,
Daniel wish he had.
it's the power in real life that I might actually have. So, you know. I wish. I know probably you guys haven't played this game either, but it also has a DLC. And it shows another kid, I think his name is the Runaway Kid or something, and his plot is kind of going at the same time as Six's, but they end up meeting up at one point, or 2 points in the game, but the second point is the end of the DLC. And I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to say instead of it happening as early as it does in the game, it's going to be right before she fights the lady, because it's such a kind of unnerving scene, and you kind of see Six kind of deteriorate fully into an antagonist by that point. So I think it would just work really well at the end as like a last final, like, oh shoot, she's actually bad, this whole kind of thing. And then the final thing would just be the final fight of her. I would also include the main 2 bosses in the middle of the game, which are the twin chefs, but they'd just kind of be like more filler as you lead up to the finale. And I think I'd try to add a lot of Easter eggs to the comics and the sequel, but yeah.
Sequel.
I didn't even know there were
Really?
comics. There's a comic book for Little Nightmares?
There are comics. I don't think they're canon anymore. At least the first game's comics, because it has a lot of characters that don't really work after the second game came out. I think the second game's comics are canon because they tie directly into like Easter eggs in the second game.
Cool. So did the comics come out before the game, or did the game come out first?
Game came out first, comics came out, I think, next. Then there was a mobile game called Very Little Nightmares, I think, which
Oh, that's
kind of was a prequel. And then there was a second game, which people say is a prequel. We don't know. I don't know.
Cool. Oh no, that sounds sick.
So would your movie be more like a horror movie or like a thriller?
I imagine it being kind of psychological horror. Like everything looks really scary and dark and gruesome, but the main aspect that you should really be kind of like spine chilled about is that you see Six's descent from hero to neutral party to full-on villain by the end. And you see that in the game as well. She goes pretty savage, like savage as in animalistic at certain points in the game. I want to show that in like as much gritty darkness as possible without too much gore. And I think that a person that would be able to do this movie would be like a Tim Burton kind of director. You know?
Something similar to Epic Mickey's type of environment, or
I feel like it would have to
Game,
be
though.
dark. It'd have to be darker. And it's a pretty stylized game, so I would really want the developers to be like heavily in with the
Influenced?
design team. Yeah.
Daniel, I was just gonna say, like, I meant to ask you, are you envisioning this movie to be live action or more kind of, like Tim Burton
Animation.
Nightmare Before Christmas Coraline kind of thing?
The stop animation, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Animation.
Don't think I would want it to be claymation,
Okay.
but I think it has to be animated because
Yeah.
the characters are just so out there in
Okay.
proportions. I don't think it could be live action.
True.
It could be,
Yeah, you're right.
CGI.
I think it might have to be a fully CGI movie just with like super realism in the
Yeah.
environments.
Oh, kind of like how they did the Alice in Wonderland remakes, like how they kind of you guys seen Alice in Wonderland, right? The
Yeah.
live action ones.
Yeah.
How like there was a lot of CGI with like the queen's head.
The
or whatever.
environment.
Yeah, that kind of like example of CGI where it's like extreme.
Also done by Tim Burton.
Is it actually? Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Is it Tim Burton's?
Yeah.
reimagining?
He did it. Yeah.
You know what?
So
I know
I think we just confirmed that Tim Burton's good. Is gonna direct it and also come bowling with us.
That's a lot of heads to invite in one episode.
I need him to talk about his greatest work with Batman. You know what I mean? My favorite.
Tim
Batman.
Burton Batman movie.
Yeah, man. Well, didn't he direct the Michael Keaton Batman?
He directed Michael Keaton and The Return.
Yeah.
The Return too.
I love those ones.
Yeah.
Anyways,
and then he was dropped for the third one
oh.
because they couldn't do half a meal toys for the Batman movie. They were too gruesome.
Oh no. But that looks like I've been meaning to play Little Nightmares, but like that sounds like a movie I would totally watch.
looks like it's
Despite what people tell you about the order, watch the first game first because if you you'll feel more betrayed, and that's kind of the point.
Oh,
How many games are there?
There's 3, but 2 main series and like 1 kind of spin-off.
Okay.
Nice.
Alright.
Nice.
Alright then. Last but certainly not the least, Alec.
Hey,
Give us your game.
I really thought Cynic was gonna jump in there and go, no, definitely the least.
Well, he had an opportunity, but he missed it.
he missed it.
You can put it in editing, it's fine.
Oh no, I'm not safe. Yeah, so I thought for my game I would do kind of what with Kenny. Mine fits more as like a series, but I'll kind of explain how it works as a movie as well. So yeah, I thought Dead by Daylight, the 4v1 multiplayer horror game. If you don't know what that is, go check out episode 5 of season 1. So yeah, I think it would absolutely be sick to make into a series. So before I begin, I did want to mention that before I finalized on how I thought this, could be done, I just thought overall it would be a better as a series than a movie. But anyways, I'll just jump into it. So basically the way I thought about it was the series revolves around our 4 main survivors, Claudette, Meg, Jake, and Dwight, as they are brought into this, hellish realm by the overbearing antagonist, which aka would be the entity. Remembering very little on how they got here and kind of memories of their past lives a bit hazy, as if parts of their memory is missing, as with a few puzzle pieces. As they come to terms of where they are, they realize that they are stuck in this reoccurring nightmare from which they can't be woken up from, introducing I was thinking as the trapper as the first killer we witness, and realizing that death is truly not an escape, quote unquote.
So we're gonna die and then not be gone? Like it's
Yeah,
gonna be like
exactly.
a cliffhanger and something?
Yeah, the way I was thinking of, like, even like the first episode would be like literally like he's gonna hook like one of the survivors, like Meg, and she's just gonna pass out on the hook, but then immediately kind of wake up next to the campfire and go like as if it was like as if she like had a bad
Dreamed
dream.
it kind of thing.
Yeah, a dream.
by dream.
And then next thing you know, like a few hours later, she's like, why am I back here? I was just here. I saw myself die. Like, you know, like it's like, right? And then so speaking of the campfire, which is the main lobby in the game, becomes our heroes' safe haven, as here and only here they can feel the warmth as they had before they arrived in this realm. As they sit together through each trial and after every trial at this campfire, they learn more about each other here and, you know, of their stories and coming closer as friends and as teammates. As the series progresses, more and more victims get pulled in, such as, you know, Felix, David King, Bill, into the fog, and our survivor family grows, not clearly understanding how or why these individuals are being chosen to join them here, and as such, you know, grow our character list and, you know, introducing new faces. I was thinking with more introductions being made, we also see more flashbacks or backstories at certain parts where the survivors suddenly remember certain parts of an object when they look at it at the map and reminds them of their former life, and maybe kind of piece together when did things change? How did I get from here to here, right?
Will you have copyrighted characters in the game?
That I was thinking to leave out. I just found that, like, you know, okay, the game could have it, but as far as like an original series, I was sticking with just original survivors and killers, you know?
Will you have reference to them or no? Like Easter eggs kind of thing or no?
Not really. Like, I just find that, like, if you're going to see Michael Myers, you want to watch him in Halloween, not in like Dead by Daylight, right? Like, I mean, I don't know. I didn't really think of it like too much, but if I were to create the series, I wouldn't put copyrighted killers in. I'd just kind of put.
I mean, it could be the ultimate horror movie matchup.
It could. Like, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I just like.
I see what
maybe
you mean.
like end of season, each season there could be like a big reveal of like, oh, I know that breathing, or like, you know, hear Bubba's chainsaw kind of go and go, uh-oh, you know. So anyways, long story short, the main goal eventually is for them is them realizing of this like being known as the entity and the observer, and continuously trying to find ways to learn more about, you know, why they are here, all the while keeping their sanity in check around them. With each round, they learn about what happens to unfortunate souls who have all the hope sucked out of them and thrown into the void, or whatever it's called, and grow more anxious by the thought of it. So you know how like that Dead by Daylight lore where the entity feeds off of survivors, and eventually when that survivor loses all hope, they become this hollow shell and then just kind of, you know, toss it like it's some, you know, shrimp carcass or whatever. So
That's a perfect analogy for that.
yeah, exactly. And so I was thinking, like, our survivors, like the main guys, eventually, like, I don't know, maybe the first couple of episodes, there's this just random survivor who we don't know, like, he's not actually part of the rosters list, but he's there for you know, plot purpose, to signify that he's literally the next round. He has no more will to live, and basically his hope is gone, and like the entity just casts him aside, and the survivors see it going, why isn't he back at the campfire? We all came back. And then like they realize like what these trials do to people like them eventually, right? And yeah, so I'm almost done, but overall I wasn't sure where they if they would eventually find a way out of the realm. Like, the main goal is either to kill the entity or realize that there actually is no escape and they're stuck here and have to learn to live with it. I kind of prefer if they get stuck, but I'm also like not opposed to being like, oh, they can find a way to either get out or destroy the entities some way, you know.
You know what you could do in to kind of like make everyone happy, you could have the quote unquote finale be they destroy the entity, but like after the credits roll, you kind of like see some of it's like tentacles or whatever, and you start seeing portals to familiar looking places open up, and you could hear like an a voice saying like encrypted, but if you decrypt it, it says like, I'm going to need some new killers or something, and then that's like the Easter eggs to all of the movie killers.
Oh man, that would be sick. You know what? I actually love that idea. Yeah, if I was gonna do it, that's exactly how I would do it. That would be actually awesome.
I have a question. So,
Yeah.
in Dead by Daylight, are some of the maps connected to killers, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
maps are kind of reimaginings of what the entity can pull from the killers and survivors' minds. So what we see and how, you know, when you're kind of in the map, you kind of see some like weird placements of bricks, just like why are they there, or because the entity doesn't fully understand the physical world, so it pulls what it can, which explains why the generators are the way they are. You know, like it's obviously in the real world, like that's not how a generator would work, and it's not even connected to anything. It's the
Just
entity
out in the
just
open.
yeah, it's the entity kind of, it's kind of like a dream world. It's like it's trying to understand it the best it can, so it you know, yeah, it just kind of works like that. So yeah.
Okay, so if I was thinking that for season one, let's say it's the killer, like the main killer season one is the trapper, right?
Mhm.
And let's say we get all the survivors that are connected to the trapper, like through the map or whatever. And then season one goes out, and let's say they get out of the entity and they supposedly beat the entity, right? And like Daniel said, after the credits roll, you find the entity still alive some way, somehow, and he looks for new killers, right?
Mhm.
And in season two, instead of being the same character from season one, it's like a different map. So we use
Yeah.
a different character connected to that map, and then different survivors connected to that map, and then it just builds up. Like it kind of starts over again.
Yeah.
Maybe this time it's like the doctor or something.
Agreed. Honestly, I actually kind of like that. The fact that because like again, there's so many survivors you can put, and you obviously don't want them all in like a few episodes. So like it could almost be like maybe obviously the entity wouldn't do this in the game, but perhaps yeah they find a way out, and then that gives way to the entities like darn I need more people to feed off of, and so they pull the next batch in, and that's a whole new cast. And perhaps maybe like imagine like 3 seasons down or however long it will go, like Meg comes back, right, and then it goes like I'm back, I'll help you guys out or whatever.
Exactly.
But I just have a little more I wanted to talk about the killers. So as far as the killers, like I kind of same thing applies to them. The entity reveals to them memories of their past through objects of the map, and you know this gives new entries for new survivors for them to challenge. So you know, new killer, new challenges to face. How are we gonna like win against this guy, right? I had a cool idea where I don't know, like the hag would be chasing someone, and mid-chase a memory comes to her mind, and we enter a flashback of what she used to be like. And I'm not sure if the killers care so much that they're here or not. Nor do I feel like they want to leave, but are just more confused as to like who or what put them here. I mean,
I think it depends on the killer, because doesn't the entity, like if the killer doesn't want to be there, it refuses to let them go until they like agree.
yeah.
Like some of them weren't necessarily bad, were they? They
Yeah,
just
I
kinda
think the
screwed.
spirit wasn't necessarily bad. I could be wrong, but yeah, no, you're definitely right. Some of them, like, actually, even some of them are willing to. Like the blight literally said, "Yeah, I'll do it as long as I get the flower. It's fine." Like he just came to the world willingly. But for others, yeah, it would be more like, yeah, it's kind of like 3 categories. Some are there because yeah they're bad, some because they make a deal, and then some are just like no I don't want to be here. You know. But yeah, again, overall the whole memory thing is only just for the purpose of the viewers, so they can learn more about our characters, killer or survivor. The main goal, and more for the survivor, is just how to potentially get out or destroy the entity. So yeah, now this for a series I think there's a lot more potential as a series than that of a movie, but you know, I just feel like there's a lot more to squeeze into it. They could use everything that I mentioned into maybe a trilogy of a movie. I don't see it being exactly one movie, but like a trilogy could work, and maybe do just 4 survivors, max 3 to 5 killers within the trilogy. But it all depends on if we want reoccurring killers or different ones. So that's pretty much where I'm at with my game. But
A trilogy isn't bad, but with the amount of
So
killers, I feel like the amount that they
so
don't
if you
use.
do if you do a TV show or movie, will there be points where you're like one episode you're in the like the perspective of a survivor, the next one you're in the like thing of a killer kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, I want to focus maybe as cool as the killers are. I want to kind of like a more focus on the survivors. But yeah, like every episode or often like you'll get like the perspective from the killer and just kind of learn more about their backstory. Like, you know how when you go into the files of Dead by Daylight and like you can like read all about the killer, they could do that, but instead of like obviously not reading it, they're gonna just show flashbacks of like visualizations of who they are and why they eventually were chosen by the entity as one of his killers. Like show their bad deeds. Like, I don't know, I think it was like the trapper like blowing
like
everyone.
burn some dudes or something.
Yeah, like in that mine.
First, someone used the cave.
Yeah, he like
Yeah,
caved
like-
them all
like-
in.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
still don't know why he's using bear traps and not explosives then.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Cause
You can also have it that the survivors, if they learn the backstory of the killer, they can use it against them to
yeah, like
try to get a win or something.
yeah, and I'm wondering if I even want them to like try and communicate with them. Obviously, some can't talk. Like you're not gonna get much talk about the blight. So nor do I think that
Trickster could talk.
Trickster could talk. I was thinking Trapper probably has the ability to talk. The Huntress could probably talk. I don't think Oni would probably talk.
You know what'd be a sick thing? Like if at the end of one of the episodes, all of the survivors are hooked except maybe one is on the ground, and the Huntress is kind of like humming and sharpening her hatchet, and she starts talking to them, and like the episode ends after she's already like talked to them about her backstory and why she's there, and then she just moris them at the end and it cuts.
Oh, that would be sick. Oh my! Imagine one of them would be like, "I do know how to get out, but you'll have to take more of me to get to let me tell you." And then he just kills him, and that's it. And then
he'll be like maybe in a few trials or something.
yeah. If you can stand the pain, and then just like moris them, and it's like, oh shoot! It's like, let's go.
Pretty cool.
And then they start talking about like a plan to overthrow the killers.
So would the licensed killers and survivors be in the game too, or in
What a
certain
guy. Ask something that we already said.
This man's watching the game.
Sorry, I got cut out. I didn't hear like
Wait,
a lot of
the
things.
guy from Stranger Things.
Oh, Demogorgon.
They're already gone.
No, not Demogorgon. He has sick hair,
talking-
gray hair.
Steven.
Steve.
He's
The
a
hair.
hair.
The hair Harrington.
I mean, that's the thing.
Well, they got axed in game, so
Yeah, they're actually gone from the game.
I don't know how I feel about them, like actual licensed survivors, like movie people, like even Quentin. Like I don't know, just me personally, I find it would be weird to have like just the actor for like Steve Harrington that just show up with like these new actors. Like, bro, what are you doing here? It's like
Yeah, survivors no, but killers.
killers.
I can
yes.
see the killers.
Like I
Like
can
have
only
if I have a special, like a Friday the 13th special,
yeah.
or like
unfortunately, Jason probably
that-
would never be added.
okay, but like a Halloween. But look how many Scream remakes they're making. How many Halloween movie? Like Michael Myers doesn't die.
Yeah.
He'll be in the movie. He'll be in the TV show now.
He could be sick. He could be in the movie for sure. Freddy would kind of be sick to do like, well, yeah, Freddy would be sick.
Yeah, in the TV show, a killer has to get a pallet dropped on him.
Oh my gosh.
Honestly, that's one of my things. I want there, like, as much as it's going to be like a horror series, I want there to be a few comedy instances as well, like just being like some survivor just dropped a pallet on the killer, and it's like, I didn't know I could do that. It's like.
They continuously flashlight stun one of the
Yes.
killers, and you know how there's like disconnecting in the game. You literally just see him like walk away, and then the entity just pulls them back to the fire and is like, yeah, he left.
I'd
He
actually love,
lagged out.
I'd actually love to see like them, just one of them just be a dummy and like, hey, I got a flashlight. They just panic and actually throw the flashlight at the killer. You dummy, you're supposed to flashlight.
No, speaking of like, we need somebody that actually like teleports around the map like I do.
Oh, I was just gonna say we need a Kenny player.
Like Chucky? Chucky's broken.
Oh,
You don't want to talk about that.
Chucky,
Chucky in it.
Chucky will be in it, and his son.
You can't see him. You
Chucky-
can't see him. The
Chucky
entire
will
show,
be-
you just can't see him. It's just like the flash. It's just boom,
Yeah, that's how
boom,
you
boom,
get
boom.
around the
Chucky-
copyright issue.
Or Shaku would be so fast, the cameras don't even pick him up. It just blurs.
It's-
Director's just like, yo, am I having some sort of graphics issue? What's going on here? But yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, that's just kind of how I saw it. And like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to see as a series and maybe a movie. I'm again leaning more towards series, but overall, like, yeah, all good ideas all around.
All right then. Nice song.
So, are we gonna go watch Uncharted or what?
I'm down for sometime this week. Going.
We don't know. Reviews came out. The movie had a 38%.
Yeah, I haven't actually seen the review.
Yeah, but
Something
you know,
like that.
our boy, the myth, the legend, Tom Holland's in it, and he's gonna come to our
You're
bowl, you
right.
Let's
know.
sit down.
Boy.
You're right. We gotta support him all the way.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And before we head out, I got one question for the boys. What are y'all honest opinions on? I know we haven't seen Uncharted yet, but before you see it, what are your honest opinions on video game movies and people making movies, TV shows, whatever?
I feel
There
like
are
I feel like they're
exactly
I
two
feel like they
good-
can be, they have so much potential, but also like we should be given a voice that what can be put into it, or like what can be done with a specific movie or TV show. For example, Sonic, when the first trailer came out.
I feel like it's anything. I feel like if a person truly loves the character, it'll turn out good.
Exactly. If you can tell that they've put like thought and research into the character. Like for Sonic, the fact that they had that like dumb Sonic meme in the movie means that they actually looked into Sonic, like not just the canon, they looked into the fan base. And like you need stuff like that.
The lore.
You either looked into it or is a fan yourself. I think it'll do well.
Yeah. Look at the Detective Pikachu movie. Even if you don't like the plot because it's like linear and stuff, if you just look at all the backgrounds and you look at all the Pokemon they put into it, they didn't just take from Gen 1. They took from like every gen up to the movie, and it shows that they did research. Like if you see Audino, you're like, man, no one would know what that is unless they played Gen 5. But just the fact that they did means that like everyone that's stuck with the series like is getting like these nice like Easter eggs, you know?
Yeah, agreed.
So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah,
That's Daniel's TED Talk.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you.
Come back to his TED Talk.
I'm not saying that.
Next
In this
coming
day
up,
and
next
age-
thing we're appearing in.
The
I'm
more
saying
you
this day and
know.
age, video game entertainment is no longer a dream. We have Cuphead TV show and Halo.
Yeah.
Out
Oh,
now.
Friday, so
yeah, honestly,
next
I'm
you know,
kinda-
Dead by Daylight could be a thing.
Honestly, I'd actually say
And they're not gonna give us credit for it.
definitely
Oh.
not.
Also, Daniel's favorite show you want to mention, Arcane.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you mean that thing that's based off of League of Linguini?
Linguini?
Yeah.
Luigi?
League of Leprechauns.
League of
Leotards.
I'd like
Alright.
to see a Super Smash Bros. TV show or movie.
That'd be so
Just have it rated R and just have
Yeah,
it.
you know why I wouldn't want to see
What?
that? You know why I wouldn't want to see that? It's because it'll be
Why?
only be sword fighters.
Oh my god. It would just be sword battle after sword battle.
And then the one time there is a character that doesn't have a sword and just like normal, like say like Kirby, man gets countered and dies immediately.
He just like there's like 3 sword fighters around him and they all counter at the same time and only hit Kirby.
All 3 Soul Fighters are Fire Emblem characters too.
Yes, exactly.
Feels
Bro,
bad.
feels bad.
Yeah, and in order to watch the rest of the episodes, you need to buy the DLC.
That's a snake.
That's
And
funny actually.
and then
You
the
have to
DLC
buy additional episodes that have the DLC characters in them.
And then the DLC, actually, the continuing story is actually just Minecraft because it's actually like just a Minecraft character.
Yeah, literally the episode that deals with Steve is just an episode of Minecraft.
It's just a Minecraft episode. Even if
There's
it's
a Minecraft
actually, huh?
There's a Minecraft movie in the works.
Bro, all I'm saying is that it's
I don't really
a
understand that because there's not much.
Minecraft-
The whole point of Minecraft is there's no real plot.
You could have a
Minecraft-
plot.
A Minecraft movie is literally
Good.
Lost the TV show.
Look. If you beat Minecraft, right, and you see like that like dialogue between those like 2 entities talking, it's if you look into that lore, you could probably make something good.
True. Yeah, I forgot there was that.
But the question is, are they gonna really do that, or are they like Alex said, just gonna
No.
make a box thing?
Yeah, they're literally just gonna be like, my name's Steve, and this is Alex, and we're in the world of Minecraft. Look,
It won't
there's
even
an
be.
Ender Dragon.
It won't even be cubed.
No, it'd just be dudes and like just normal live action.
It's a Netflix adaptation.
It reminds me of like the way Dana was describing it. Just reminds me of like an episode of like Naked and Afraid. Just like two people just dropped in and there's a cameraman just following them around.
That's exactly what it is.
Exactly. I think they have some like cheap plastic like zombies just kind of like occasionally after them like.
You have a creeper come up, and that's the one episode they get Michael Bay to produce, and I see explosions everywhere.
This guy just finds a dog, be like, "You're mine." I want them to like actually film the guy punching a tree.
Yes.
Nah,
Punching
it was-
That is the entire first episode. It's just the two of them just repeatedly punching trees.
Ah! Oh man.
I want it to be live action, but I want it to be like really badly animated where the tree does not fall.
Yeah, it just stays there.
it disappeared.
It just stays there, and then it just disappears slowly.
Just like Minecraft.
Funny as heck, man.
They're making. They'll make a movie off anything, man. If you have a video game, if you have an idea, don't make a movie about you.
Agreed.
Hit me up.
Yeah, we'll make the movie. It won't be a
No.
yeah,
Oh,
just as high quality as Hollywood. We'll make the movie.
TLT Productions.
Exactly.
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 Coming
could be
April
great.
2022. Kenny,
Yeah,
the
well,
prepubescent child.
You'd think
Well,
that
look at-
this is your average run-of-the-mill rom-com, but in fact, it's a horror.
Number 50.
Anyway. The perfect name to like, where are they? It's a rocky ridge mountain.
Rocky Ridge Mountain. And that's Rocky Road going up to Rocky Ridge Mountain.
Oh my god. And with that, Lunchmates, bring us to a conclusion of this episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Keep subbing. Follow Instagram. Follow all our social medias. We have a TikTok now. We have
Yeah, we
upcoming videos coming up soon. And our Instagram has been active and been booming ever since. Thank you to our Alec. But
What?
Bro, this outro is very
I
scuffed.
can't do an outro. I'm sorry, but I can't do an outro. What do you want me to do? You know,
No,
I'm
keep
gonna
studying
listen.
well.
I'm leaving this whole rant on me. I can't do an outro. You get mad at me for not doing an outro, okay? Do you want to do an outro? You will control that episode. You do an outro then.
Alright, ready? Hey guys!
Thanks for watching
Thank you for listening to our
this episode
episode.
of the TLT Podcast.